I never thought I'd actually have to say this, but if you're potentially triggered by a movie review, maybe this isn't the movie review for you. But, what is a woman? The documentary by the controversial figure Matt Walsh. Now this one kind of comes as a bit of a surprise, because there aren't actually a lot of critic reviews on this, considering how much of a kind of blowing up, how much the movie is blowing up on like Twitter and other platforms. A lot of negative and positive reactions, very visceral reactions from some people. But is it all it's chalked up to be? This story follows a man named Matt Walsh, who is a writer at the Daily Wire. It's a news organization website that gives news every day and does political commentary. But he is traveling across America trying to find the answer to a question. What is a woman? What is a woman? A very simple premise to make an entire documentary about, but surprisingly more complicated than one might think. So based on how this movie is put together visually speaking, they did a pretty good job, honestly. They were able to convey emotion, connect scenes very well. It really kind of flows, and it doesn't really feel like you're kind of jumping from place to place, even though you are, which I think is a really good attribute they were able to capture in this documentary. Now, the documentary-style films are a little bit more rough to rate and pick apart, because you're basically kind of just talking to people, and you're kind of just compiling a story based on that. But I do like the selection of people that Matt chose to interview, because it allows you to get perspectives from all sides of the story. Now, of course, I think the only thing that was a problem with the selections is they did miss one side of the story, which is someone who is happy and fully transitioned, whereas like has had like not many complications or not fully, which I understand. The movie has a direction they're trying to go, and I actually think it would have strengthened it if they would have put in all the sides, but for the most part, they did a pretty good job of showing many different sides of the story. Now, I feel like we need to go a little bit into the critics' mindset, because a lot of critics are afraid of this movie, and honestly, if you were not mature enough to look at someone from their opposite side, opposite perspective, and be able to look at it at least somewhat objectively, obviously you have your own biases. I don't agree with everything that was said in the movie, but I still learned something. I still was able to take something from the film, and it's still a good film. Like, just because you don't agree, let's say if you don't like green apples, but maybe your friends does, it's still okay to maybe try a green apple, you know. You could still not like it afterwards, but at least you can say, hey, I tried. You know, I gave it my best effort. But a lot of these filmmakers, so-called movie critics, won't even, they're just saying, oh, no, it's not even worth my time. But what is your movie critic then, if it's not to review movies? And especially, this isn't some unknown movie that is like obscure as hell. Like, this is something that is getting a lot of clicks, a lot of likes, a lot of dislikes, just a lot of attention overall. So it's something that movie critics should be jumping all over, even if they want to slander it, whatever. That's their choice, and I'm not one for slandering films that I don't agree with, like politically, because that's not the job of a film reviewer. But I'm here to give you my personal take on the film, or convince you to maybe give it a try. Because honestly, this film is put together very well. If it was any other topic, any other documentary style topic set up like this, so many people will be giving it rave reviews. But just because it's a hot topic, that means that, oh, can't even watch it. My eyes. No. You have to give everything a chance. Give it a chance, and you won't be disappointed. You might even learn something you might have never thought of before. Because these people didn't just string together some nonsense. And sure, they have a direction they want to be going in, and I can respect that. So, they do frame anything. I remember one part, it was so funny, it was like starting into a horror movie, and it was like, I don't know, mannequins around, it's like, and I was like, oh my gosh, that melodrama. But you know, I appreciate. It's kind of funny. Ironically, this documentary is funny. It's well edited together. It has a lot of wide range of interviews. So honestly, I had to give it an 8. Like, I already gave my criticisms. I wish they would have a couple more different perspectives, because even though they have a lot of perspectives, they didn't cover all of them, which I think would have helped strengthen the documentary. But overall, pretty solid. If you want to see more movie reviews and culture analysis, be sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.